I want you to pause right there and think, could I rent out one of the extra rooms? A lot of times we're buying these properties and we have additional room. I know the first home that I ever bought had an additional 2 rooms, and we ended up renting one of them. It helped offset some of the cost and it made things a little bit more comfortable. And it was great. It was a friend of mine. We got to hang out all the time. So it worked out really, really well. And I see people have this at a really high success. Maybe you work at a place where they're constantly hiring and they're bringing people in from out of state. Maybe there's a good opportunity to capitalize on that, right? Instead of having that person go stay in a long-term rental or go stay in a hotel for months on end, maybe offer up a room for $700 or $800, right? Right now, rooms are going for about $700 to $1,000 per room. And I've seen people do this with really high levels of success. And sometimes when you're out there house hunting, you might find that a 3-bedroom home and a 4-bedroom home are only $70, $80 a month difference in terms of the monthly payment, and you could pick up maybe an extra $700 to $800 or $1,000 in rent on that extra room that you don't need. So that would be another thing to consider in a way to make things just a little bit more affordable. All right, lastly, if you're going to make this move and you're going to move from a rental, you're going to move over to a new mortgage, I want you to speak with your tax professional. If you don't have one, you just use, say, H&R Block or TurboTax, you kind of self-prepare, give me a call. I can at least give you some thought-provoking ideas. We want to look at, is there a tax benefit at all to buying a home? And if there is, can we play around with your withholdings just a little bit to net out a little bit more money each and every month to help you make your mortgage payment? And what that looks like is sometimes in our tax preparation, we just are able to file for the standard write-off. But once we own a home, we can itemize. And so maybe those work trips or the clothes you need for work or various equipment you need, you can start to itemize that, and you can stack that on top of mortgage interest, property taxes. There's some places where you can have write-off that you don't have today as a tenant that you would when you become a homeowner. And the cool thing about that is for most people, that affords them some flexibility within their pay stubs. And so they can make some small adjustments on their W-4 to net just a little bit more money. Instead of getting a big refund when you file taxes for the following year, you could get that money back each and every month. That helps bridge the gap between what you're paying in rent versus the new mortgage. And again, if you can pick up an extra $150 a pay period, that's going to significantly impact your affordability and make the move from rent to home ownership just a little bit easier. So just another little tip for you, something that I think is often overlooked.